Hello, everyone. My name is Julia Rolls. I'm a dietetic intern. I also have my friend here with me, Delaney. And Nicole gave us some questions that you guys have asked, and we're so happy to connect with you today and answer some of those questions you had. So, question number one was about smoothies and how you go about building a balanced smoothie. So, we worked on a template and brainstormed some options for you guys, so that'll be uploaded as well. I'll go over it. So the base of the smoothie is important, of course. You want there to be some liquid to give it enough liquid to blend up smoothly and be something that is a good texture. So you could do lots of different plant-based milks like almond, soy, coconut, whatever your preference is. Or you could do dairy milk if that works for your body. There's also kefir, which is a fermented yogurt, drinkable yogurt, which actually doubles as a protein source. It's usually very high in protein. That will be a little thicker though, so you might want to add some water or a little bit more milk to thin it out a little bit if you like a more liquidy smoothie. And then the next area that we're going to focus on is the greens or vegetables. So you don't always have to have greens or veggies in your smoothie, but it is a great addition, especially if you're going to be drinking a smoothie as a meal replacement or you just want it to be really balanced and nourishing. So if you have some cooked veggies on hand or some greens, frozen also works really well. So that could be, for example, kale, spinach, cooked carrots, cooked cauliflower, cooked beets. That'll give it a really nice, beautiful color as well. And then we can add some fruit to the smoothie, which is usually the star of a smoothie. So have fun here, mix and match. Whatever your favorite fruit is, berries are great. They're high in polyphenols and antioxidants, and that's really going to support your health and give a great color to your smoothie as well. So berries, strawberries. I know in the winter time it's hard to find anything fresh that's affordable in terms of berries or really just a lot of fruit. So go check out the freezer section because you can get some really great high quality fruit and veg that was flash frozen at the time of peak freshness. And then you can have it in your freezer for whenever you want to add some to a smoothie really quick and easy. Some other types of fruit, pineapple, mango. You could even do some melons like cantaloupe. Just play around with it and have fun. And then the next group could be some grains. Grains are also optional. You don't always need to add grains to your smoothie, but again, it could add some really nice volume and another nutritional element to your smoothie. It also can add some whole grains and the stable carbohydrates that those have that are gonna continue to bulk up your smoothie and just add another element to it. So that could be oats, millets. You want these to be cooked too, so they're not, really dry. Quinoa. And then you could add some things like some herbs or spices, even foods that are known to be adaptogens, which help your body handle stress, and some of them taste really good too. So, for example, you could add fresh ginger, you can add more seeds, like chia seeds, herbs like basil, mint, even cilantro or parsley could go well. You kind of have to pay attention to what else you add to make sure the flavor profile lines up. But those could be an option as well. Also turmeric, you can use ground or fresh turmeric. And then the last group, which I probably should have said earlier because it's one of the most important ones, is the protein. So you really want to focus on getting some great protein in your smoothie because that's what's going to really help balance your blood sugars, and it's going to keep you satiated. So that's really important because smoothies can be high in natural or added sugars. So having that protein and also fiber, which is going to come from the plants and like veggies if you add them, or the grains if you add them as well. So that's all going to make it balanced. So examples of protein sources, those could be lots of different nut butters like cashew or sunflower if you have allergies, peanuts, almonds. Like I said, kefir doubles as a protein. A Greek yogurt, if your body tolerates dairy products, go for it. Or you could use a plant-based yogurt as well. Make sure it's a little bit higher in protein if you're going to use it as your protein source, or you could just add another type of protein if it's not high in protein. Then you could add nuts and seeds like I mentioned a bit earlier, so hemp seeds, chia seeds, those are all pretty high in protein, and they also have a lot of fiber. Yes, so that is how to build a good balanced smoothie, and we'll have some more detailed recipes linked with the template as well. So now my friend Delaney is going to take the wheel and talk to you guys about the second question.
Hello, my name is Delaney. So let's talk about hot cereal options. A lot of us know oats, but there are a lot of other ways to enjoy a hot cereal in the morning or to just spice up your hot cereal experience. So first of all, you have some options for how you want to prepare your grain to begin with. If you like a creamier texture, you can add a little bit more water or milk and cook it longer, and you'll end up with something a little creamier and more porridge-like. Or you can cook it just the minimal amount of time so you still have a little bit of chewiness. Water or milk works fine for making a hot cereal. If you cook it in milk, that tends to add a little bit more creaminess, and then you get a little bit of protein as well if you're using a dairy milk. So a couple options for your hot cereal grain. We all know oats, and there's rolled or steel cut. Both of those are fabulous sources of fiber, complex carbs. Steel cut oats will give you a bit more chewiness. You can also make polenta or grits, so kind of a cornmeal flavor. There's other options too: quinoa, rice, amaranth, cream of wheat. Pretty much any grain you can turn into a nice hot cereal. Again, you can either just cook it with a little bit extra water or milk, or you can cook it normally and then reheat with a little bit of a liquid to kind of create a cereal once you've already made the grain on the stove. So a couple of hot cereal options for you, and your principles when making a hot cereal or breakfast in general are to pair your grain with your protein and a fruit or a vegetable. So we just talked about grains. There's a ton of great protein options out there. You can go with some classics like nuts or nut butters. So walnuts, almonds, even something like pistachios, or you can add some Greek yogurt for some creaminess. You can add like an egg on top. I like to do like creamy polenta with an egg on top and some cheese. And then for fruits or vegetables, I mean, pretty much anything will work. Berries are obviously a favorite. However, you can get a little bit more out of the box and do sliced bananas or chopped cherries. Even dried fruits like raisins with no added sugar can work really nicely. Most of us like a little bit of sweetness in our hot cereal or our oatmeal. You don't have to add sweetener if you don't want to. You can make a more savory version of a hot cereal, but if you want a little sweetness, consider something like honey, maple syrup, molasses, or even something like a homemade raspberry jam to stir in, or even chopped dates can add some nice sweetness, chewiness, and then that's kind of some fiber through a fruit as well, but it's doubling as your sweetener. And the last category is various extras, so things like sweeter spices like cinnamon, ginger, savory spices like cumin or turmeric or curry, fresh herbs, vanilla extract or almond extract, anything that you want to add on top to give a little bit of extra flavor. things like fresh herbs and spices also add a nice nutritional punch. So there's a lot of ways to spice up your hot cereal in the morning. Again, just bring it back to pairing your whole grain with protein and a fruit or vegetable, and then anything on top of that is just extra. Those sweeteners or little add-ins. So that's what we have for you today. We'll post those resources online with a couple of recipes for smoothies and hot cereals, and we hope you have fun.